Nova is probably one of the most versatile Warframes in the entire game. Damage reduction, room clearing, explosion, speed or slow manipulation, survivability, and one of the strongest gun platformers in Warframe, all packed into one frame. So today we are going to break down why Nova is secretly one of the best Warframes you can bring into Steel Path. I'll explain how her abilities work, why Molecular Prime is absolutely insane, and of course I'll show you a few builds that turn her into an absolute powerhouse, so grab your popcorn because this one is about to go critical. Hello everyone, it's KB here, and today we are taking a look at Nova. Starting off with Nova's passive, enemies killed while slowed down have 50% chance to drop health orbs, enemies killed while sped up have 15% chance to drop energy orbs. And this does work outside her kit as well, just as long as enemies are slowed or sped up, and then you will have 50% chance for an energy or health orb to drop. This also pairs with her 4 Molecular Prime. Now for her first ability, Null Star, this ability creates particles that orbit around Nova and automatically seek out enemies. But here's the important part. Each active particle grants Nova damage reduction. With enough particles active, Nova can become surprisingly tanky despite having relatively low armor. This will be our main ability for survivability, meaning we will be spamming this ability as much as possible. Due to her latest rework in Hotfix 37.0.2, where DE sadly disabled spamming this ability. Her second ability, Anti-Matter Drop, is where Nova launches a large particle of charged antimatter that will detonate on contact. You can also get a charge with the augment from it, making a sort of bullet sponge for you, where enemies' bullets will be absorbed within 5 meters, and increasing the power of the explosion from Nova's particle of antimatter. The orb cannot take more than 25,000 damage, and extra crit damage and status effects are not absorbed. The only drawback for this ability is that it's only line of sight. Also, side note, you can move around the orb when you aim, so you have control over where it lands, and it's basically a homing missile. Now for her third ability, Wormhole. Nova creates portals that allow her and her teammates to instantly travel across large distances. This ability, while amazing for speedrunning missions, crossing large tile sets, or simply moving around faster than intended, it's not that great considering we already have Void Sling from our operators. This ability places a wormhole with 4 charges above it. Once you or a teammate enters this wormhole, a charge will disappear, and as far as I'm aware, you can only place 4 down at a time. Also, I did try to make it to where I could infinitely go through the portals, but unfortunately that doesn't work sadly. You just fall to the ground and not to the next portal. We will subsume over this ability with all of our builds today. And finally we have Molecular Prime, and this is the ability that makes Nova insane. Nova sends out a wave that primes enemies across a huge radius. Prime enemies take increased damage when they explode when they die, damaging nearby enemies. Tap the ability and slow enemies to get 15% chance for a health orb, or hold the ability for a 15% chance for an energy orb. This ability pairs well with Equilibrium as well for energy sustain and survivability. Quick side note, if you don't want to hold for the energy or speed up one, you can change this by going into your settings, type the word inv. After that, click on invert tap/hold ability, scroll down to Nova and invert the controls. But since we are using Equilibrium, this doesn't matter all that much, but it is a nice touch if you need it. Now before we get into the build, Nova has a few augments that are incredibly strong. The first augment we are talking about is Neutron Star. This augment allows Nova's Null Star ability to inflict heat damage with guaranteed status effect and a radius, and recasting the ability will disperse currently active particles to seek out enemies before being replenished. Neutron Star's seek radius is double than that of Null Star's. The second augment is Antimatter Absorb. This augment allows the orb from Antimatter drop to absorb incoming enemy gunfire, adding to its total damage potential. And finally we have Molecular Fission. This augment makes prime enemies restore Null Star charges when killed and causes Null Star particles to inflict Molecular Prime. This means your damage reduction is constantly refreshing itself throughout the mission, making Nova significantly tankier. Now for Nova's builds. This will be the Archon Shards we will use on all of our builds today. Feel free to take a pick. If you are enjoying this video so far, feel free to drop a like and subscribe, as it does help out my channel and lets me know you want more. Now for the builds. The first build we are looking at today is a Nourish Build. Thank you to my friend who helped me get this build set up. Also, quick side note, the Excelia slot isn't needed for our builds, but if you really want it, you can put something like Prime Sure-Footed so you don't get knocked down so much, or Power Drift so you have more strength. But basically we are going for a gun platform build and an energy sustain build with this one. And this is the build that I was using in the intro and used in the short I posted yesterday. Here is a demonstration of that build. It's pretty strong all in all. Of course it's not as good due to the fact we don't have armor stripping, but if you want a in-between kind of build where you are focusing on both damage and survivability, I picked this build. Now for our second build, we have a armor strip build. You can use any armor stripping ability like Necros' Terrify, Hildren's Pillage, or Jade's Orphan Eyes. But for this build, I'm going to be using Stynax's Thorough Strike, which as you can see, we have 100% armor strip with this setup. Here's a demonstration. This build is pretty good at room clearing, as you can see. Unlike our first build though, this build relies on ability damage and will be very energy heavy. Our third and final build is just a straight up gun platformer build with 4. Not much to say here other than it doesn't matter what gun you use just as long as it's capable of doing enough damage to the enemies. Since we don't need AoE, we can honestly just use a sniper if we really wanted to, but for the sake of this video and to save you from my bad aiming, I will use the Fenmore here as a demonstration of this build. As you can see, it's pretty good. Like I said, no need for AoE, anything works just as long as it has enough damage. Since Nova massively increases enemy damage vulnerability, there's a ton of weapons that work with her. Personally, I like using weapons like the Fenmore or Kuva Nucor. The reason why these weapons work so well is because Molecular Prime causes chain explosions, meaning killing one enemy often leads to several more dying immediately afterwards. And for companions, I personally recommend Death Cube for energy sustain or Panzervopophyla for spreading viral procs. Both work incredibly well with Nova and help make Steel Path even easier. The best part is that Nova isn't tied to any specific weapon type. If your weapon can deal damage, Molecular Prime is going to make it hit even harder. Overall, Nova is honestly one of the strongest and most versatile Warframes in the game. Between massive damage output, incredible survivability, speed or slow manipulation, room clearing, explosions, and one of the best gun platformers in Warframe, she can fit into almost any mission type and perform exceptionally well. If you enjoyed, drop a like and subscribe for more uploads like this where every video has a little bite to it. Catch y'all next time. Stay awesome. Much love.